What's up, everybody? James Bushell here, and I'm back at you in the video. So we all know why we're here. We're here to break down the Game of Thrones Season 6 trailer that just dropped today. A few disclaimers. I took some images from the trailer that I found interesting. They're not necessarily going to be in order of how they appeared in the trailer, but we'll just go through each photograph and talk a little bit about it. And then also, there might be some spoilers that, some of these pictures may implicate something that we've always thought from the books or something, and yeah, you'll just give me a little generic spoiler warning here. So yeah, first off, I want to say the trailer had a good, interesting choice of song, using a cover of Chris Isaak's Wicked Game. I thought it fit the trailer pretty well. That being said, let's get into the first photograph. We see here Jon Snow dead on the ground. And at the same time, we hear Davos saying he's gone. So, yeah, it's, we know that Jon Snow is probably going to get resurrected. Spoiler alert, sorry, but yeah, we're pretty sure that's going to be the case. So, it's just the showrunners trying to hammer home what happened at the end of Season 5. Reminds you that Jon is dead, and they're going to continue with that theme with this next picture here. We see Jon getting his eyes covered, looks like his body laying on a table of some sort. Once again, them just saying, hey, Jon's dead. He's not coming back. Wink, wink. Yeah, so yeah. Next picture, we see a Dornish boat heading to King's Landing. I think this is Jaime, obviously, heading back to King's Landing with Myrcella's body. And it'll be interesting to see the interaction we see between Jaime and Cersei as a result of that, which we get in this next picture. It's during this part in the trailer where Jaime says, we're the only ones that matter, and everything they've taken from us, we're going to take back and more. Now, I believe that Cersei is going to flip out and essentially kick Jaime out, and this is when the Riverland story is going to crop up for Jaime. I hope, anyway. And then we see an interaction here between Lancel Lannister and Robert Strong and Cersei. We see Lancel say, order your man to step away or there will be violence. And then, of course, Cersei says, I choose violence. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen there. Sorry, Lancel, but I don't think you have much of a chance against Robert Strong. I don't think you're making it out of the season, buddy. Next picture here, we see Davos contemplating something by a pyre. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what's the context of this scene, but it looks interesting. And I love Davos. So, yeah. Interesting what's going to happen with that. Now, this next picture, we see a man, obviously being flayed and looks like he's being burned by the Boltons. And it was during the scene where Mel says, the great victory I saw in the flames, all of it was a lie. So I was thinking, is that Stannis? They have her say that right at this point of the trailer, and usually I don't believe the Boltons burn their victims, they just flay them. I'm thinking maybe this is some sort of poetic justice in their minds. Of course, I don't want that to be the case, being a Stannis fan, but no, I think maybe it's Stannis, but maybe it's not. I don't know. It's too hard to tell without knowing the context of things. So, and plus, I thought if Brienne really did kill Stannis, she has a Valyrian blade, I assume that she cut off some appendage, cut off his head or something. But, yeah, we'll find out. Next, we have a picture of Mel looking like she's ready to get down. Looks like she's about to disrobe or something, maybe make another shadow baby or something, but yeah, with who? For what reason? I don't know. It was an interesting picture. It raises some questions. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, here in this picture, we have Tyrion down in the dungeons with a torch. It's at this point he says, you're in the great game now, and the great game is terrifying. I'm going to assume right here he's in the dungeons under Meereen, and he's looking to possibly release Rhaegal and Viserion here, Dany's two other dragons. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. Tell me what you guys think. This next picture here, we have Sansa looking kind of dolled up, cleaned up, looking like she's got some new clothes, so I'm assuming that she makes it to Last Hearth. This is my assumption, because remember back in Season 3, I believe, Rickon was being sent to Last Hearth on the show. In the books, he's to Skagos, but on the show, it's to Last Hearth. So I'm going to assume Sansa is at this place because we know that the Small John Umber has been cast. And, yeah. And I must say, Sophie Turner, you're looking pretty good in this picture. Next. We see Brienne here looking quite angry, fighting another soldier who she kills. And it's my assumption here that Brienne is going to stumble upon Sansa and Theon and save them, and then they head to Last Hearth. That's just my prediction. We'll see if that's the case, but I'm predicting that. Next, we have Littlefinger in the north, assumingly. My assumption, I predicted that Littlefinger will turn the tide of battle for the Battle of Winterfell towards the end of the season. So I think this is a picture towards the end of the season, after the battle for Winterfell. The Knights of the Vale will turn the tide of the battle. Yeah, I'm assuming here maybe he's looking at Sansa. Maybe she's there too, and he sees her. That's my prediction for this scene after the battle's all over. Probably episode 10, episode 9. Moving on, we see Vaes Rock, so we know that Dany will make it to Vaes Rock. Yeah, so that's interesting. I'm interested to see how that's all going to turn out. And, yeah. That's a big-ass statue. Next up, we see the Dothraki charging on horseback at something. I don't know what. Maybe it's dragon. Maybe it's something. I don't know. Maybe there's another Dothraki horde. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's interesting. I'm interested to see. I'm hoping to see some good Dothraki combat. They have a more interesting style of fighting than your normal Westerosi knight. So that could get interesting. Next up, we see Jorah finding Dany's ring. I was hoping that this would not come to fruition. It's like finding a needle in a haystack times 10. But yeah, he finds her ring. That's kind of lame, but whatever. Next. We see the High Sparrow and Marjorie Tyrell. Now, there's been rumors that Marjorie Tyrell will be kind of brainwashed by the Faith in this season. Yeah, so I think this is what's happening here. The brainwashing is happening. And that will happen, I believe. Which, in this next scene, we see, I believe these are Tyrell men outside the Sept of Baelor. So, and possibly that might be Randall Tarley in the front. And I think they're demanding Marjorie back. It would be my assumption. So, will be interesting to see what happens there. I think that's the case. So here we see Arya still blinded. I believe for the first half of the season, we'll probably see her do some more interaction with the Faceless Men. I'm hoping that she wargs a cat. I'm hoping we see maybe Jon do some warging too. It's about time we see some other Stark other than Bran be able to warg like they can in the books. So I hope that's the case here in this season. And next we see Arya jumping, doing some parkour. Now, I've heard that maybe she escapes from the Faceless Men this season. This might be the case here. Who knows? We'll find out. Then we have a picture of Tormund, and we can see a Bolton sigil painted on a shield. So I'm assuming this is at the Battle of Winterfell. I believe the Wildlings will team up with Jon to take Winterfell back, and I believe that's the case here. Now here we see, I believe this is a young Ned without the helmet on. From the back, and I believe that's Arthur Dayne because I heard that he might be dual wielding in this at the Tower of Joy, which obviously this is a good picture here to reveal that the Tower of Joy is actually going to happen, but we all knew that. Now one thing though is, of course, in the books, Arthur Dayne wields only one sword, Dawn, and I believe he's supposed to have a white cloak. But I think this is Arthur Dayne. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's the case. I am looking forward to see how the Tower of Joy is done, and hopefully done right. Next up, we see the Iron Islands. A nice wide shot here. I'm looking forward to the Iron Islands this season with the arrival of Euron, whom we see in this picture. It looks like he's about to be baptized by Aeron. I'm assuming that's Aeron Greyjoy. And I believe we're going to get the King's Moot, and I am looking forward to that. Now here we have Davos in the room with Jon's body, and he grabs Longclaw. I'm not exactly sure what's going on in this scene, but it looks like something serious is happening. I know he says he's not much of a fighter, so he's sorry what you're going to see. I don't know what that means, what's going to happen. I'm assuming he might be warding off someone that's trying to come in the room or something. Maybe this is Jon's resurrection. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then the last shot, the money shot here, we have Bran having a vision. I'm assuming in the Land of Always Winter, maybe, and the Night's King, maybe he senses it. He comes into the vision, and he's having, and maybe this is another come at me, bro, with a different bro. Instead of Jon Snow this time, he's doing a come at me, bro, with Bran. I don't know. Very interesting though. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.